Hi guys, welcome back for another one. I am Mr. Free to Play. That is right, I'm a free to play player and I give free to play player advice, tips, tricks, and other things. Today I am answering a viewer asked question on my Discord. The question is who am I planning to take to level 80? I think the real question was level 76, but I'm just extrapolating it out to 80. So guys, if you're ready for it, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Now in this video, I'm going to take you guys step by step of what my current thought process is when it comes to taking characters past level 75. And to be frank with you guys, I currently don't take characters past level 71 anymore. I have the 15 characters to go through Dark Dimension 3. I'm currently on my second run. I know I can clear it, it's just a matter of time. No point in me rushing that process. And just to prove my point, level 76, I'm gonna go into my roster and you guys can see for yourself that no one is up there at 76 currently. All right, in my roster, we're gonna do a filter. I thought there was a filter for levels, but apparently there's not. Well, it's by CP, so you guys can see the top people. Obviously someone's 76, they're probably gonna be a top person. And you can see currently, guys, all my top people, none of them past level 75. Those that are 75 are my Dark Dimension 3 characters. Well, I should take that back. Magneto's not. He might be the only one. Let me double check that number. He might be the only one. I think he was going to be a Dark Dimension 3 character and then he got replaced. Yeah, I believe that's what happened there, but he's the only one. Everyone else is not. I gotta stop saying things and then prove myself wrong. Ultron's level 75, but once again, you guys can see here, I do have 2 ticks on him. He was originally a planned character when a lot of information started coming out that he wasn't as great, which I'm finding that to not be 100% true. It's just a matter of timing with him. I obviously canceled that plan, but hopefully that's the last time I'll catch myself in a lie. And yeah, now you're seeing everything that drops below 70 and below. Yep, okay, we're below that number now. Okay, so now let me dig into the reasons why I'm not taking characters past their current level of where they're at in the game. And this is mainly due to a lot of unknown data, right? It is expensive to take characters up in the 70s up to 80. Anywhere in that ball range, it's expensive. The gear's expensive, the gold's expensive, the training mats are expensive. Everything, all right? It's just completely expensive and you'll just bottleneck yourself before you even get yourself even going. Like there are resources in this game that if you don't use them right away, you're probably hurting yourself, right? Let me try to find an example here. I'm going to use challenges as my example. So in challenges, for example, if you do not like beeline for Catalyst Change, which is a big one that I've been harping at my alliance for a little bit. This one's a big one, right? We all know SPCs, well actually probably are not the only bottleneck, but they were one of the biggest bottlenecks to go to 13 to 14. Now with 15, this one's not the only bottleneck now. Apparently a lot of these other pieces, which are not these ones specifically, well that one is, are also becoming bottlenecks too, just because the amount you need for each 3 steps and how farmable they are. But anyways, let's use SPCs for example. Not focusing on this challenge, this right here, well, I can click on it and you can see guys, I have pretty much a big backlog of this, but that piece right there is less than a full character a year. If you're able to find out how to beat this node, which is not an easy one, but if you beat this one, you double your income of these SPCs in this challenge alone. This will allow you 1 full character a year plus some towards a second character, and kind of the same thing here with the 7, just a little bit up. But if you can clear this whole entire challenge, you are now have tripled your income from tier 9 up to tier 12. Now tier 12 is a little difficult guys, I'm warning you right now. And there are videos on my channel. I can put an eye in the corner of the screen to the one that I did. If you don't want all the details, you can skip to the end, but there is a lot of information throughout that entire video. But yes, triple. That's enough for 2 complete full characters and resources towards a 3rd. And that's in a year, and this one alone, no gear orbs needed, no other resources needed to collect those SPCs. So like that's one thing, like if you just sit on it and don't ever go after it, every day you lose out, every week you lose out, every month you lose out. And if you don't think it's a lot, just do the math one time and find out how much a month would cost you, then find out how much a year will cost you, and it might open your eyes of how important it is. But taking characters to level up to level 76, 77, all the way up to 80 does not do anything for you currently in this game. if you're a highly competitive alliance and war, then maybe it does get you something, right? But it may not be worth the investment and resources just for the war game mode, considering the fact that if you just try your best, you're going to land somewhere and get a 50% win rate, right? No alliance, you're not going to lose unless you're not even trying. The matchmaking system does make sure that people that lose a lot get a win. Like, I could tell when we get matched up against someone in war and they're like destroying us, there's no way this wasn't even matchmaking, but they probably just got their butts kicked 2 or 3 times in a row and then got matched up with us. And that's been the theory that's been out there about war, but I'm gonna get off that subject and get back to leveling up characters. So let me get into what I'm currently digesting to try to figure out who I want to take to level 80. Now let me make one thing clear. The only characters I'm considering taking to level 80 are the ones I'm going to use in Dark Dimension 4. Everyone else is still not going past that level 71 number. It's too expensive, and I need at a minimum, 16 characters I think is the minimum. You need 4 at a minimum for global, 4 for cosmic, 4 for city, and 4 for legendary. So 16 at a minimum, and then 20 as the max number. So 16 characters got to go to level 80 and gear tier 15 and up to 20. And at that 20, kind of like I treated Dark Dimension 3, that's it. Like, if I can clear this off and have time before the next Dark Dimension or the next thing gets announced, then obviously I might go back on my word at that point. But until that is done, that is the goal, that is the plan, and that is what I'm sticking to. Now, there are some issues that I gotta start planning out with Dark Dimension 4, and I'm gonna do a deeper dive here in the current Dark Dimension 4 at the end. But right now, I need to talk about what my Dark Dimension 3 looks like and what I need to change. So first off, there are some issues with my current Dark Dimension 3 teams that are already level 75 and going to level 80 and being in Dark Dimension 4. First off, one of the highly recommended characters was Colossus. I'm gonna show up here now. Paired with Phoenix, highly recommendable. They cannot be paired anymore other than the very first 3 nodes. Probably not worth it just for those 3 nodes. So there are 2 characters on my team of 5 of global characters already off. And then I was one of those players that fell into the trap of just get in, get it started with Trooper and Punisher. Now Trooper's the global one that I'm going to point out. I am not going to make this mistake twice, because what I found out is that in my alliance, I was one of the first people in. I don't think I was the first, but I think it was like top 4, top 5. But what happened is that the players in my alliance that didn't do that and actually invested in just good characters, they passed me. They passed me. So the getting started doesn't matter if you're still behind getting the rewards for it. So yeah, so Trooper's getting dropped. So I'm already down 3 global characters. Next up, I'm gonna say Shuri. Now, Shuri obviously can't be used in global. She's a legendary, has to move to the legendary nodes. Do I want Shuri for legendary? Jury's still out. I'll have to wait and see, and I'm going to get into what I'm waiting to see here at the end of the video. So 4 down. I need 4 brand new global characters. The other one is Emma. I probably will stick with Emma. Main reason is she still has a lot of use in other game modes. I believe, well, I kind of got myself in a corner where I need to be as efficient as possible with resources, and I'm kind of trapped with her. And even though I could pivot to a brand new 5 global character, but you can already see how level 80 is already going to be expensive to me, and that's just global. City's going to need to be overhauled a little bit. I still think Symbiote, Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage are going to be good, but Jury's still out. Cosmic's the only one that still seems in place, but depending on what we see from Dark Dimension 4, it's going to depend if I still want to take those characters up. Obviously, I have to drop Ebony Maw to the legendaries and figure out another combo in there, but that's kind of where that stands. So now, what am I looking at for level 80? And what I'm looking at is currently what is going on in Dark Dimension 4. One of the coolest features in Dark Dimension 4 that I recommend everyone take advantage of is if you go in here and you click this little icon, it shows you the leaderboard who cleared. Now, if you look at the first screen, you can see there's about 10.8 million worth of damage in here, or health in here, and you can see their damage numbers. These guys pretty much one-shotted this node. And what I'm currently doing is I'm actually tracking all these teams that are one-shotting nodes. Not only am I tracking them, I'm also tracking their ISOs too. I also think that's important to track as a game mechanic. Now, as we go on here, so the first node seemed like it wasn't that difficult for these guys to one-shot. You start seeing different here. So you got obviously a huge drop off in what one-shotted here. And if you look at the damage number, only one guy seemed to get the one shot. This is the team. So you're already seeing Captain America, Black Widow, Ghost, Mr. Sinister, and Thor. Thor obviously is his pick for Cosmic, but Fate's Fury is pretty much onto something. He's got 4 global characters. It looks like he's going for the 16 minimum to clear this first. He seems to be the one doing the best. I know Tadano Mac was off to a huge lead to start. Obviously something went on with him. He's definitely cooled off. But you can even see the character difference of like what he used and still couldn't one-shot and what he used to one-shot. I do need to point out that I did see a video from Duartic, I think that's how you say his name, on YouTube, and I don't remember exactly what all his global picks were, but I do remember seeing Black Widow and Captain America, and those 4 characters could have been his picks. I don't know. I just remember those 2 because of my alliance leader is a big fanboy of Black Widow, and every time he brings up about not leveling her up because he doesn't want to be a filthy casual, I tell him, hey, look what's currently going on. You may want to level her up. And that's kind of why it's stuck in my brain. Third node, we got about 49 in damage. And you can see here, Fate's Fury pretty much one-shot this node too. So with this team, Fate's Fury one-shotted the first 3 nodes. We don't know what their star levels are, their red star levels are. So everything should be taken with a grain of salt. You can't just take these 5 characters and expect to duplicate the results. We don't know what the ISO levels are. There's a lot of unknowns here, but what we do know is that this team seems to be doing very well. Like I said, guys, this is just how I'm tracking this information. So this is going to determine what I take to level 80. Obviously, if I see more and more people with this exact same team combo one-shotting it, that's probably where I'm going to lean. We didn't get a one-shot of node 2, but you can see Fate's Fury did a big amount of damage. Rem Spoons with PJ, I don't know what that's about. I know it's a Reminex reference. He did a hefty amount of damage, but less than half of what Fate's Fury did. No one's been able to one-shot this node, not even close, so this one must be extremely difficult. Where did everything go? And no one's been on to this node yet that I'm aware of, so yeah. Still a lot of data to go of what I want to go and what direction I want to go, and I'm waiting for more people to enter and see what more and more people can do. So at this time, guys, I do not recommend taking any specific character past their current level. Now, obviously, if you have to still build towards Dark Dimension 3, then that's okay. But make sure that it's only those specific tunes you want to use in Dark Dimension 3 that are going up to level 75. I highly recommend stopping no higher than 71. Just stop there. Gear tier 12, save all your orange gear pieces, so that way you can go straight up. If you can get through Dark Dimension 4, beat it, and have plenty of time before they, throw out the next Dark Dimension or the next set of campaigns or challenges, by all means, do whatever you want. But if you want to get up to this level, to this end game, you need to stay focused, and that's the best tip I can give you as a free-to-play player or late spender or early mid-game player. And with all that said, guys, if you appreciate this one, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here and haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And if you do not want to miss any video or any viewer ask question video, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye. Just a little bonus for you guys here at the end of the video. As you can see right here, this is the current spreadsheet. Nothing fancy. Like I said, it's just begun. Dark Dimension 4 had just begun. And this is where I'm tracking the characters that are one-shotting and the ISOs that are on those characters. And hopefully in another month or so, once people start clearing Dark Dimension 4, all the Krakens, I'll have better useful information for you guys. And yes, it will all be used as part of my resource management 101 for 2021, coming up in a few months in January. So whenever you're seeing this video, January.